Welcome everyone. TheDailyWoo here as a recording of this Sunday, May 1st, 2022. Cheers. Had every intention starting the intro with that train that is now stopped down there, passing by behind me under the majesticness of this Nevada mountain landscape. However, it stopped. So now I'm standing here consuming this piping hot caffeinated beverage that I have procured from a gas station where it was $4.49 a gallon. 500 miles, precisely to the T, from where I stayed at my hotel last night to where I'm heading, the destination on the West Coast. I'm inviting you to join me. I'm not going to move from this spot just in case. There's also, wow, that's interesting. Join me. Shall you? Not only is the train now moving forward, but there's some heavy machinery on top of said train picking up stuff. I have never seen that before. Look at that. Is it just cruising across the countryside, picking up debris? Look at that. I know I am easily amused, but what the heck? A moving train with workers with heavy machinery on top of it. This is fascinating. Or I just haven't quite woke up yet, and I feel like I'm in the dream world. I love it. Building America, keeping community safe. Okay, it's stopped now. The train has stopped. Those are shifting around. And they move along this rail. Look at that. And then gonna pick something up. What is it gonna pick up? A big chunk of, okay, logs. Oh, it's like railroad wood pieces from the railroad. And another batch here. Oh, look at that thing shifting, picking up the weight. It's a lot of weight it's picking up. And the other one down here, don't forget about this one. Such beautiful landscape out here. I don't know if I'd classify this as snow. It's 36 degrees right now. But it's very slushy, and the wind is just, I guess this is snow. Look, it looks like snow. Warmed up a little now that I came out of the elevation a bit. 45 degrees now. No precipitation at the moment. Pulled off an exit and onto an unpaved road to a very unique area called Thunder Mountain Park. Right here. It's going under a restoration project. It says enter at your own risk. Look at this thing. And this is right here, can be seen from the interstate. Now this section is all fenced off, not only with the chain link style, but also with barbed wire. Lots of signage saying do not go over into there. Wow. It's almost like a bottle house, similar to Watts Towers in Watts, California. I've seen a few places across the US that look similar. Kind of Salvation Mountain vibes, but not really. That does pop into the equation as well. Nice. Train going by the other side of the interstate. Definitely has that bottle house look going on to it as well. Oh yeah, here we go, bottle house style. See behind that glass, the bottles that are in there, and up on the roof. There's a bottle house at Knott's Berry Farm. There's a lot across the US, but there's one there that you can see. I've visited it many times. Over in their little ghost town area. And written right on the side of this, it says Thunder Mountain, Nevada. Right there. Thunder MT NEV. Slightly eerie being out here alone, I gotta be honest. I know the traffic's going by at a very rapid pace. And that bird chirping. But other than that, it's kind of odd feeling. No one out here but me. Has a very skeleton-like quality to it. There's some information here on Chief Rolling Mountain Thunder, who is the one who spent a lot of time building this place. It says here, monument is built from a collage of cast-off items that was described to society as junk, all collected within a radius of 50 miles of where it is now located. And there's also other stuff scattered around the property, not just the stuff that's fenced off over there. Stuff like this automobile. Also some other classic car alerts over there in the distance. And looks like the caretaker who watches over the property over there in that little RV. So there is someone on site taking care of the place. Out here in this very beautiful landscape. Mountains off in the distance. Got a station wagon down on this end. And a plane, an airplane, perched on that tire up top there. I don't believe this swing would hold my body weight, nor am I gonna try it. But there is a swing here. Pull-up bar. There's that plane. Also getting some Slab City vibes. Very interesting. This says The Hostel, dated 1971. Definitely not structurally sound to be climbing up there. A lot of just remnants from this. Just a shell of probably what it once was. At least this section. Even some fire damage over here. This is off to the wayside of the fenced off area over there. It's like somebody else showed up walking over there. Also, I'm noticing over here on the way out, over near the caretaker's RV, is that a cat up there? Some sort of animal going after a beehive? Or a wasp nest? Or hornet's nest? And then over here, got some horns there. Still continuing west. Drove probably another 30 minutes or so. Off to another side access road. But I'm noticing over here is a decayed property that has definitely seen better days. Take a look at that thing. How is that even still standing? It's a ginormous building. It's just been kind of gutted out next to that junkyard. And now over to Fernley, Nevada. Drove a little bit further. Parked in this area with these boulders here. And speaking of boulders, here is some artwork made out of large rocks. A turtle. There's the turtle's face right there. Body, torso. There's also another piece of art down there in that gazebo. Looks like a flower. The desert tortoise, as stated right there. Just a random wall. Yeah, that's just randomly right there. A desert flower. Ah, it's called Bottle Cap Gazebo. Maybe it's not a flower. Oh, Bottle Cap Gazebo transformed discarded bottle caps, reclaimed lumber and steel into a beautiful structure for all to enjoy. 75,000 bottle caps made this. If I had not read that, I would not have realized this flower, this desert flower, is made out of bottle caps. There, oh yeah, I can see it now. There was bottle house type materials back a ways at that one place. And this is the bottle caps making up the leaves and other items of this piece of artwork. That building is very spaceship Earth-like. Thank the Phoenicians. Over to Sparks now. You see the traffic on the thoroughfare going by up there very quickly. So I pulled off the exit to notice this, a spider-like creature that's also a VW bug. On the top of this mechanic shop. Well, it's a performance shop. VW specialists. Arachnophobia. The automotive edition. Was John Goodman in that movie? Not the automotive edition, but Arachnophobia. It's been a while since I watched it. Oh, look at the front. Don't want that to sink into your skin. Pulling into Victorian Square. Look at this old prospector right there standing tall. This parking lot is closed off and it appears as if the Tony Armstrong Amphitheater is no longer open. Fenced off. Looks like they could have had a Shakespearean play or two here on this stage. Got the murals up top, got the train there. And got what appears to be, almost looks like an airplane, but I think it's supposed to be a train. Right above the seats, made of concrete. And then a heart that has the town's name on it, Sparks. And the way Progress works is you have an Art Deco new building placed in front of a historical building as that Jeep goes by. This old jeweler right here. It looks like it's now a restaurant or a bar of some sort, but the W.R. Adams & Son Jeweler and Gift sign is still up there. Ah yes, an agricultural inspection station. That can only mean one thing. I'm in California. I've crossed the state line. This is a pile of snow here, all piled up. And this is an even bigger pile of snow. Not like movie, like magical snow that you see on, you know, a TV show or in a feature film that looks beautiful, which snow is beautiful when it's falling. But after the fact, when it's all scraped up into a big pile, 90% of the time, this is what snow looks like, and those who live in snowy areas have to see all the time. So they probably, when they're watching a movie, they're probably thinking, oh, I really wish that's how snow always looked. But snow all piled up like this. I have stopped off at this little, I want to call it a rest stop area, but this is on Donner Pass Road. That's right, the Donner Party. Also crossing the state line into where was my former home. Granted, I'm in Northern California, but I moved out of my Anaheim spot in November, into November. So very last day or two of November of last year. I have not been back in California since then. The longest tenure in probably 8 years that I have not been in this state. You know, to most it would seem like that's not that big of a deal. You know, it's only been half a year. But it kind of hit me going back in. In a weird way, I miss living in California. Granted, this, like I said, this is Northern California. But yeah, get the feels, get the memories flooding back in. Now, I have no immediate plans to move back to California, and heck it, I don't even know if I ever will. But if I were to, it would not be for a very considerable long time. I'm very happy in Celebration, Florida. And the rather large sculpture I was walking up to, there was a placard here with information about it, is dedicated to pioneer families, honors all who followed the Truckee River route in California. It was unveiled in 1918 and stands as one of the most historic sites nearby, trapped in snow during the winter of 1846 to 1847. Nearly half of the Donner Party did not make it. And if you're familiar with what they had to resort to for food, it really is quite the tale, and sad tale. This is an impressive structure. We have it pretty easy these days in comparison to how it was back then. Travel-wise, and in many other ways. But think of traveling. You just get in a car, get on a plane, you're not hiking through mountains, risking life and limb. Even little Danny Torrance from The Shining knew about the Donner Party. You mean they ate each other up? He saw it on the television. You saw, I sound like it. I don't know who I was imitating. It was supposed to be Nicholson. Inside the little visitor center, there's a bear right here. It says, please do not touch the bear. And a rock formation that they've created inside here as well. That's a pretty good display given the history of the Donner Party. This is a nice exhibit. And then it transfers over into an adventures in travel. Here, talking about road trips and travel. That's what I'm on. I'm on a road trip. So in a way, it's all kind of a tie-in here. Got a fish down here. Here's a beaver. That is a beaver. That is a stuffed beaver. There's a rabbit back there. An owl.
There's a ground squirrel, a western gray squirrel. Oh, here's a northern flying squirrel. There's a raccoon. Oh, here's a short-tailed weasel, a snowshoe hare, and a bobcat.
Just a little tie-in about progress and how things have changed and progressed. A lot simpler now. Look at them up there just trying to find their way. So many problems. And then modern day, there's just a fuel station back there open for business. We have it pretty dang easy right now. All of us do, in comparison. I'm letting that sink in. I'm pretty grateful for living my life and not having the trials and tribulations that our forefathers and those that came before us had to deal with. We all got it pretty dang good.
And it seems almost unfeasible. When I drove a little further, I saw a sign that says this downgrade goes on for 40 miles. A 40-mile downgrade to get down to lower elevation. That's wild.
Side note, I also need gas, so I'm going to stop here at Donner Summit gas station. Fuel up.
Now, if all the gas prices in California are going to be $6.19 a gallon, this is going to be a fun. It's going to be a fun journey. Officially, the most money I've ever put into a gas tank. $82.62, I believe, for about a 13-gallon tank that my car holds. Maybe it's just because this is kind of out in the middle of nowhere, kind of, sort of, they're this price, or maybe this is all of California. Either way, I'll have a story always to tell. $6.19 a gallon. Made it to my destination. I am really looking forward tomorrow not having to drive 500 or more miles, which has pretty much been par for the course on this road trip since I left Celebration, Florida. I have arrived in Northern California. I covered some ground, kind of went in a route that I usually do not take to the West Coast. Usually I will take Interstate 10, Interstate 40. Rarely do I go all the way up, loop around, and then up back down, almost like up and over into I-80 and across. I'm glad I did. I got to see a lot of things. Definitely was on a time crunch to get to where I'm at, more than I should have been. I should have left maybe a day or two prior. Also should add in the temperature, scenery, and all that changed considerably. Not very windy here, mid-70s. It was mid-30s this morning when I awoke. Quite a different array of scenic wonders going across the country in the last series of days, and weather temperatures. I like it that way. That keeps things interesting. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. It kind of got a little emotional when I went through Donner Pass into California. Have not been here in almost 6 months, give or take 6 months, since end of November 2021. So 2022, California, I've arrived. Granted, Northern California nonetheless. Got a little, felt some emotions. I'll see you in the next video, the vlog. This road trip's continuing. There's still a long way to go before I go back to Florida. A lot's happening, and there'll be some surprises in there. Driving to and fro, hopping around. Might even get on a plane or two. It's gonna be a wacky road trip. I'll see you in the next video, the vlog. I've said so much, yet I've said so little. The vlog is over.